Hey everyone, this is Amy Hawkins coming to you from my parked car studio. I am not driving. I am simply parked in a parking lot. It was so good to be in Lansing today with friends at Right to Life, Michigan. My goodness, my goodness, my goodness. Those are amazing men and women that are standing on the front lines for law enforcement, or excuse me, I'm living in police week right now. So, law enforcement is like on my tip of my tongue. They are standing in the gap for the life movement. And it was such an honor to be a part of. Just to attend like their legislative day and to be able to hear like what's going on, and just to see all the people. There is so much good to be hopeful for. And even though we're living in we're living in a very hard season in Michigan right now, but it was so good to just to hear them, to see them, just to sense the Spirit of God. And you guys just need to there's a lot to be hopeful for. A lot of good legislators too, who are obviously working in the minority right now, but a lot of good men and women on the inside. Very grateful for them. And yes, and like I said, I'm living in the middle of Police Week. This is JFK started it in 1962. You're welcome to join my our Facebook page. We started a nonprofit in 2019 called Police Week Michigan, and we are all about getting citizens to stand up, speak up, and show up for law enforcement. And this happens to be Police Week, which I personally believe every week should be Police Week, but one step at a time. So this week is Police Week, and I hope that you'll dig into it. Here's something that I am chewing on, or that I've started to chew on. So I get very frustrated when I realize how much conservatives lose, and how much we have lost, and how it feels like everything from reading the Blueprint book, if you haven't read that, you need to read that, the Blueprint book, to just seeing how Soros has like got his fingers in so much, like our DAs, prosecutors, pouring money into different political races, right? How much the Democrats have won, how much they look 10 years down the road, 20 years down the road, and put a game plan in place, and that they've been successful, right? So there's so much of it that is frustrating. And I have found myself, I think probably for the last 20 years, trying to say, because that's how long I've been in politics, right? Trying to like think we've got to get the upper hand, we've got to get the upper edge. Like, how do we outconquer them? How do we outmaneuver them? And all of a sudden the other day, I'm on my run. I do my run walk intervals, and it occurred to me how much of our effort needs to be not so much that I need to up them in the game, but I need to stand. Okay, Amy, that sounds way simple. Here's what I mean. So to stand, I'm trying to think, one of my cousins, I took one of my cousins out to breakfast the other day, and she was telling me about, they have all these chickens in their yard. She's a little girl, and this rooster that comes running after them, and their dad, who's this firefighter, this amazing American, he's like, you just need to stand. Like, instead of letting the rooster chase you, you just need to stand and kick back, right? Like, again, it's a rooster, you have to be gentle, but trying to make the point that instead of running away from it, instead of running with the rooster, like, just stand your ground. And there's a principle to be had in that. I think oftentimes we have conservatives to this point. Let me put it this way. We have conservatives to this point. We have been finding our footing for the last, let's say, 40, 50 years. What is conservatism? What do we believe? Why do we believe it? How does it play in the paradigm of everything? We've slowly been gaining more tough skin, right? To say, oh, well, this is a creative way. How about I start to talk about it this way? Or how about I try to do this? So that's a positive and a negative, but it's just a reality, right? So conservatives, we've been trying to gain our feet. Conservatives by nature, that's the first thing. Conservatives by nature are very conservative, very independent. I want to live my life. You live your life. I'm assuming that you're going to live your life similar in conduct to my life. So we'll just all be happy. You stay there. I'll stay here. We'll keep going with our lives. Well, as we've tried to do that, the progressives have continued to infiltrate more and more, right? So that's the second thing. Third thing is we assume the best about people. We assume that, okay, if this progressive, if I'm just nice to this progressive, maybe they will be nice back to me and we can win. But what we fail to see is that oftentimes progressives are very aggressive, and they are in it to win it no matter what they destroy. So here's my solution. I think what our solution needs to be is not so much that we need to game them, that we need to conquer them. what we believe as a conservative, that I believe in individual property rights, the right to protect myself, that we need rule of law, right? Like if I have all of these principles as a conservative, and if my ideas really are the best, they're the ones that are the best for the people in my county and my community, I need to stand, I need to say that, and I need to smile. I need to stand, I need to say, and I need to smile. Because what we have right now are a lot of conservatives that, one, I'm grateful more and more people are getting involved. That's a win. But two, a lot of conservatives are getting involved with the wrong spirit and the wrong attitude. And they're coming at it as though everybody's the enemy. Everybody's not the enemy. And in fact, everyone is not supposed to agree with me. I don't want to live in a country where everybody thinks like Amy Harkins. I need people beside me that think differently. And in fact, if someone sitting next to me disagrees with me 99% on something, but agrees with me 1% on something, I'll take it. If I'm sitting next to somebody who says, the only thing I can agree with you on is law enforcement, but I disagree on everything else, that's fine, bring it. It doesn't mean that I'm going to go to them for life causes. It doesn't mean I'm going to go to them to help me on, procreations or like pro-environment creation things. It doesn't mean that I'm going to go to them on business ideas, but I can work with them in law enforcement. But see, as I continue to show up and serve and smile and be winsome and principled, then more and more people are going to want to say, hey, I want to be around you. Hey, will you help me on this committee? Hey, you seem to have ideas and solutions. Can I be a part of it, right? But for so long, we've had conservatives that either A, they're just going about their lives. They don't understand the cross-pollination between what is happening in the public square is going to influence you in your private space. We have got to start seeing that people in private space have to be involved in the public square, because if you're not, the public square is going to get involved in your private space. So we've got to start to wake up as conservatives, be more strategic, and instead of us feeling like, you know what, I have to outgain them, I have to play dirty, I have to do what they're doing. No, stop. We need to be who we are. We are happy warriors. We love our neighbors. We are people who have solutions. We are bending over backwards to give someone, to help someone that needs a shirt. We're giving above and beyond. Why? Because we're conservatives, because we love people, and we are going to stand, and we are going to stand, and we're going to stand. We don't need to yell. We don't need to throw punches. We don't need to be nasty. But if our arguments truly are the best, they can stand on their own. But we need to get better at communicating, and we need to start with smiling. Standing, we need to speak it, and we need to smile, and we need to show up. So it's like tonight, like I'm encouraging people, we need to start going to county commission meetings. Why? Amy, county commission, so boring. Really? If people are not going to show up where the elected leaders are, don't you dare complain to me when government doesn't go your way. County commission in my state is one of the most powerful organizing boards in our county. They're the ones that oversee like the sheriff's budget, and they were the ones that were influential on helping us stand back against the mask mandates. And they're influencing parks, and they're influencing roads, and they're influencing so much. And we have a majority of conservatives on our board. But guess what? Majority of times, majority of citizens don't show up. Well, shame on us. They need to see us in the audience, that we care, that we're eager to be a part of the solution, that we appreciate them, that we're listening. And hey, by the way, I have an idea. And why should they listen to my idea? Because I've been showing up, I've been speaking up, and I've been smiling. I've been winning friends. So all that to say to you, hope that encourages, offers some perspective, share it around if this helps. But above all else, do not be dismayed, because there's a lot of good happening. But instead of me trying to figure out how I can beat the progressives, I think we just all need to do a little bit better job at being awesome conservatives. Have a good day, everyone. Talk to you soon.